me. Beef never changed a nigga like me. Cheese never changed a nigga like me. The same nigga banging in my white tee. The same plugs playing, now he bout me. Why you speaking on my name? You know about me. Why you speaking on my name? Don't know about three. Yo bitch, she gave me some brain, I'm feeling sprouty. Jumping out the gym, gon' have to scout me. On the 3 got bitch, yeah, I do the scouting. Bitch, I need a goblin, yeah, I need a scalping. Sell me, yeah, for a baby fat outfit. Bitch, I don't like your vibe, you too boozy for the outlet. Rapping and I'm trapping, yeah, I chose my fucking outlets. Yeah, my outlets.
Hello, everyone. I want to welcome everyone back in to another episode of Always Chance It, brought to you by Real Chances Studio Network, a network that's nice as dice and full of opportunities. Today, we have a special guest, Mariah Harris. Mariah, can you tell the people about yourself? Introduce yourself to the audience.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mariah. I am the CEO and founder of It's a Black Vibe. I am located in Chicago, Illinois, and I'm a graphic designer.
Okay. So, Mariah, kind of what we do on our platform is we kind of give creatives a platform to expose what they have going on and new endeavors and things like that. But most importantly, the mission of the network is to have a creator somewhere like Delaware, Wyoming, small town, and they see this interview and they can take something from your creative journey and add it to their creative journey. And just basically, we're just trying to feed off each other, build a community where we're feeding off each other, inspiring each other, and keeping each other motivated. So,
All right.
so with that, my first question is, if I told you 10 years ago that you would be in this position with your own brand, the CEO and everything, what would you have told me?
I definitely think I could say I could see the idea of it. I always knew that I wanted to be a graphic designer. I didn't know exactly what route I would take, but with me just being an overall creative, I knew that I enjoy doing creative things and building my own stuff. So I knew eventually that I could see myself being in this path that I'm in now.
Okay. So where did the passion of graphic design come from? Was it you as a kid seeing different commercials, like ads in newspaper, magazines? Like, where did that come from?
Well, it came from, just growing up, I was just naturally good at art, drawing, always like doing posters and just enjoying like doing school projects. The graphic design idea came from when MySpace was really big and everyone wanted like cool graphic art, like photos for their profile image. And so I found Photoshop, taught myself a little bit, started editing photos, and I was like, I think I want to do this. So it started at a really young age. I want to say I was maybe like 12. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
So you was making people MySpace pictures for their pages, and
of course, I was always hustling, trying to make me a little side money. Every time, any moment that I get, I'm always trying to, build myself and perfect myself to be better. So yeah.
Now, if anybody listening that's old enough, they know how big of a deal that is. For some, to trust somebody to make your picture for MySpace, that's a big deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, have you had any hiatuses like with graphic designing? So like maybe like with me, I do music, so sometimes I'll go to like just something totally different and just do that and just leave music.
Design has just always been something that's been in the background, like something that I always do. I chose other creative avenues. Like I enjoy dancing, so I do dancing sometimes. Now I like to do makeup, so I've been really getting into the makeup world and practicing that. But design has always been there from the beginning, throughout high school, through college, and now. So
How important do you think it is to have another hobby as a creative, like to not just be so stuck on one thing?
I think it's important because sometimes you run yourself dry because design is my career. That's, how I make my livelihood. So I think it's important to have some type of outlet that's different from what you do 24/7. I'm always on a computer, so it's nice to get up and dance, learn a dance routine, or to just get cute and playing my makeup. So like I
Mhm.
always think it's important to have a side outlet because like I said, for me, design is what I do every day. So
Right, right. So, outside of design, how was it growing up in Chicago and like you as a little girl? Like, what was some of the things you were into growing up?
well, I was actually raised in Rockford. For me growing up, Rockford is was a small town at the time when I moved there. So growing up, it's more of a rural area, and I had my couple of friends. I made my own fun. For me, I always joke to say I felt like I was the only child because my sister and I are 7 years apart.
Yeah.
So I spent quite a time by myself. So I always created my own fun. Um, if I didn't have anyone to play with. So growing up, I just got deep into my art, and I just grew from there. Like I taught myself how to draw, and I just pretty much just stayed focused on that and just planned for my future pretty much at a young age.
Transitioning um, from childhood, because that's pretty much the foundation of your
Mm.
creative process and everything. So take us a little bit through what you were doing artistically in high school, and then um, your journey through college.
Okay. When I first got into high school, I didn't really have the opportunity to take any actual art classes when I was like elementary school or middle school. It was just very basic. So I started off with my fundamental classes, and from there I found out that we had some type of like design program. So they were teaching how to do Photoshop, and I was like, okay, well, I know a little bit myself, but it would be nice to learn more. So sophomore year, I got into that. And while I was in that, I knew that it would look good when I went off to college or just to gain experience to do future jobs if I learned elsewhere. So I decided to take newspaper. And
Okay.
so in newspaper, I ended up learning another design program. And then from there, I took an illustrator class, and then I went on to do yearbook. My senior year, I ended up designing a lot of the graphics in my senior year yearbook. From there, like I just constantly found the opportunities to enter my artwork, my drawings in different art shows. I won a couple of scholarships, and like I ended up winning a scholarship to art camp. So I did that my junior year. I won a scholarship to for money just to go off to school, and then from there I then went to community college. I went to Rock Valley, and from there I ended up getting a small graphic design job in the marketing department for the community college,
Uh-huh.
and I continued to practice there. I started doing it as a freelance gig, just cut just some money on the side, like flyers and album covers or whatever singles. And from there, I transferred to Northern Illinois University, where I studied an emphasis on visual communications for 3 years. And then from there, I got my job and moved to the city.
Okay. I'll let you like ramble on because I want like people that's listening to kind of understand it's a lot
Right.
leading up to, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There's a
So
lot of steps. It's
yeah,
a lot of steps. And that was the short version.
yeah,
It can get very detailed. So that was just a summary of my path to where I'm at now.
yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your brand. How did that come about? Like, was it just a day you're just driving in your car, like, man, I'm gonna just it's a black vibe?
For me, it really started around the time, you know, when I saw the video of George Floyd and everyone was protesting and whatnot. And like, I've always felt some type of way seeing, you know, Black men, you know, unarmed being murdered. And I always just wanted to find a way of how I could do something positive with the community without having to protest. Because for me, it's not in me to want to go out and put myself in danger, because
Yeah,
a lot of the times some protests do end peacefully and sometimes they end violent. And with me having a career in the city now, I'm like, I can't afford to lose a job.
right.
So I did one protest, and everything went fine, but I wanted to find a different avenue of how I could give back or show love to the community, because on social media it's always a lot of negativity. You don't see much positivity. You always have to search for something positive about the Black community. And so from there, I just thought about making an Instagram page of just posting about history and posting positive quotes and whatnot. And then it just grew overnight. As funny as that sounds to say, but
Yeah,
the idea just came to me, and I was like, no, I should make clothing. I should make something like empowered for people to wear on them and be excited about being Black, because you know, Black is a vibe. And that's how I came about it, because our culture, how we walk, how we talk, our dance, our creativity, is it's overall a vibe, and we're so important in the world. We've made a huge imprint, and I wanted to be able to make us feel good. So that's how it came about.
okay. So that's an interesting background to a brand because most brands just start like people just tired of wearing the same, the same Tommy
Right.
Hilfiger like polo. But yours kind of has like a significant meaning.
Yeah.
So with that saying, I know you're probably pretty detailed with your company and everything and all of that. So
Mhm.
where do you see your brand in 5 years from now?
In 5 years, I hope to have more apparel than I have right now. Right now I'm starting with t-shirts and, you know, hoodies and sweatshirts, but I really want to expand and do like book bags for kids and cool Black like planners and like calendars and
Yeah,
cups and mugs and like jackets and stuff that you can wear, and just overall just continue to expand the brand and to reach out to more communities, maybe even um, scholarships, something of that nature. I want it to be beyond just the wear. I want to continue to post history and knowledge, because every post that I make on my social media, I'm learning as I create these pieces. And it's nice to see the reaction of people saying, "Oh, I didn't know about that, what you posted," or "That was really cool to learn something new." So
yeah,
I want to continue to just spread my brand and just more positivity within our community, and just have us, you know, feeling like we a vibe.
yeah. Now I commend you for that. Because to add on and piggyback to what you're saying, I feel
Mhm.
like you're dedicating your craft or like, your talent to the community. And that's like you know what I'm saying? That's like greatness, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people will use it for themselves and then like later just sprinkle a little bit on the community after they done got their lump sum. But it's like
Right.
you kind of basing your whole thing around the community. So that's a good thing.
For me, I'm always about giving back. I've always been a giver. My sister, my mom, my dad, anyone that's known me as a child knows that I've always been the type to give my shirt off my back
Yeah.
if it's possible. If there's a way I can help someone, if there's a way I can share knowledge, I want to do so. So for me, it's more than just selling t-shirts. So
Yeah. And that's important. That definitely makes somebody wanna, shop. Like, yeah, all right, I know she just ain't trying to get a few dollars up out of me. So
right.
that make a big difference. So, Ryan, I'm gonna ask last question. This is kind of an important question
Okay.
on our network. If there's someone out there, right, and they they have no sense of direction, they don't even know if it's any direction within creating, if they, you know what I mean. And
Mm.
what's some advice you'll give to them to kind of either get them out their rut or either to get them started.
I say if you don't know what direction you want to go, just continue to try things until you find something that you enjoy to the point that it doesn't feel like it's a job. It's more of a hobby. Because when I design, I get excited. When I create stuff, I get excited. It's not just a business for me. It's a bonus to get paid to do what I love to do.
Right.
So I would just say continue to um, find what truly makes you happy, and then just go for it, and just grind. Just keep going and keep going, and doors will open. I've had some no's, and I kept going. So just keep grinding, and you'll get where you need to be.
Definitely. And to piggyback on that, just find something that make you feel free. Whatever
Exactly.
whatever make you feel free, that's the direction.
Exactly.
Because a lot of stuff in life don't make you feel free. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. But I appreciate you coming on the network and
Thank you for having me.
letting us cover your story. I know it was a little hiccup in the scheduling, but
It's all good. It's
yeah,
all good.
yeah, we good. But everybody that's listening and watching it, Mariah's interview will be available via all streaming platforms. The audio and the visual will be available via our YouTube Real Chances Studio Network. We'll have episodes for you guys, content for you guys every Sunday. Um, Another episode of Always Chance It. We have Mariah Harris. Mariah, can you plug your socials for everybody out there listening?
Um, for my socials, it's a black vibe. So ITSBLAKCVIBE, and it's a black vibe on Facebook, Instagram, and the website is itsablackvibe.com.
Okay. Yeah, and everyone out there, I appreciate you guys listening. Mariah, I appreciate you once
Thank
again.
you.
Once again, and this is another episode of Always Chance It, brought to you by Real Chances Studio Network, a network that's nice as dice and full of opportunities. Checking in and checking out.